Hey, Chris Liepe here with the studio multitracks for Slipknot, PSYCHOSOCIAL, Corey Taylor. These things sound amazing. It is so fun to get to pick apart the different sonic layers in the band and, of course, in Corey's vocal performance. There's a lot going on here. Now, I've done lots of videos on Corey Taylor, how to sing like Corey Taylor, other isolated vocal analyses, but it's the first time I have approached PSYCHOSOCIAL, and I'm able to do these kind of breakdowns because this is an education channel. I teach people how to use their voices, how to sing, how to draw inspiration from other singers. So, as we're going through this, I'm not going to talk a lot. I'm not going to spend a lot of time breaking things down, but I will some, and I need to, because Corey Taylor's copyright owners will let me use these tracks as long as there is use of frequent stops and nothing is played in whole. I have to play short parts. So enjoy this exploration with me. Also, I have a free course where I teach you how to get the foundations to do with your voice what we hear Corey Taylor doing with his voice. So make sure before the end of the video that you click that link in the video description and join my free course. As has become the norm, let's dig into a little bit of the instrumental first. Dude, listen to that tone. I mean, there's obviously some triggering going on, but the consistency and the space they have around these drums is immaculate. Let's listen to just the snare. There's so much resonance and space around it. Kick. I like listening to just the overheads and cymbals too. This is where you really get the idea of how the drums sounded in the rooms, because they generally don't use triggers off of overhead. Sometimes they do, but really neat. Now this really floored me. Listen to this bass sound. With the drums. Oh man. I'll tell you, before I heard this bass in isolation, I did not think that as much grit and grime was coming from that low end. I love that there's a lot of presence and kind of going on, but you still have a lot of clean tone. It reminds me of a low voice. A lot of bass, when they try to distort it, they'll try to distort one signal, and it ends up sounding wumpy and it loses all the clarity. But this has both. Sounds like it's being played with a pick, and so it's more percussive in nature. But I hear two signals, the and the defined clean one. Think about this when it comes to your voice too. The raw guitar layers here. Oh. Did you hear the center panned guitar that was just sitting below the threshold with the outer pan guitars. This is the kind of stuff you really don't hear when you're listening to the studio mix that you are surprised by and elated by when you get to hear these things in isolation. This is the other thing that, and I love the way these are laid out. We have a backing sum, which includes, I'll just let you hear it. Oh, wait, what's this at the beginning? Oh, yeah. Right. Okay. Beating on those drums, sporting the broken glass. Some hooves. I mean, there's some fun sounds. And these are things, again, you hear them, but you don't really experience them. Yeah. Sounds like there's a nice combination of things that have been like looped and sampled and stuff, and then it feels like those toms are being performed. Oh, some guitar in the stem as well. Huh. Cool. Neat. Let's hear that with the drums. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah. You really appreciate all the layers for what they are when you get to isolate them out. Let's listen to a little bit more. I love this section of the song in full, and so it's fun to break this part down. Oh, those are some deep guitars. So cool. Let's work through the journey of these vocals. The vocal production is so fun to draw on. And make sure, I've left a link to a playlist of Corey Taylor videos in the description. Make sure you check out some of my other videos on Corey, because I do go more in depth into the production of not only vocals, but some other goodnesses with effects and all that stuff. Here, we're just mainly going to be appreciating what these are. That transition is awesome, from that low guttural up to the yell.
I did my time and I went out. So if you say I'm fade, it doesn't cut. The soul is not so vibrant. The reckoning, the sickening, packaging subversion, pseudo-sacrosanct perversion. Go drill your deserts, go dig your graves, then fill your mouth with all the money you will save. Sinking in, getting smaller again. I'm done, it has begun. I'm not the only one.
Now, I've talked about this in other videos, but I have to mention it here. This is not a scream as much as this is a false chord engaged yell. And this is Corey Taylor's trademark sound.
The money you will save.
And you hear it more and less in different eras. But we have to point out his mo. Save! Save! Now he's got a thick neck and a deeper voice than I do. So I sound a little bit funny, but I'm not going to sound like him. I'm going for just learning from his posture. very open throat, dropped larynx, serve, like that. But what he's allowing himself to do is yell and then engage his false chords. And the best way to do that safely is to bridge this gap with your own voice in your mind between yelling and sighing. Do you hear a little bit of that false chord? I did my time! And as you're dialing it in, let yourself crack a little bit. I mean, listen.
I did my time and I went out!
You know, and if I do the same thing. I did my time and I went out! That is a combination of embracing those vocal breaks and imperfections with the yell and the vocal posture. Oh, like this. So keep that in mind. There's a lot going on here, even if he's not thinking about it. If we want to embrace this style, more on that in other videos. Let's keep listening.
And the rain will kill us all. We throw ourselves against the wall, but no one else can see the preservation of the martyr in me. Psychosocial! Psychosocial! Psychosocial!
Now, I've seen other commentaries on this, which are awesome, which say that he uses, or the producers use this sort of pitch adjustments as with the layers that Corey delivers here.
Psychosocial!
And you can hear that.
Psychosocial! Psychosocial!
Really, really neat. Now here,
the preservation of the martyr in me.
Love his tone. Really forward and bright. And he's drawing contrast from where he is here.
God, it has begun!
I mean, same guy, but if he was just and then
Rain will kill us all.
the rain, right? It's brighter and almost a little bit whiny, although it doesn't come across as whiny with Corey's vocal disposition.
Psychosocial! Psychosocial! Psychosocial!
Listen to the really low section there.
Oh, there are cracks in the Roman lane, but where the temple fell, the secrets have gone mad!
I love this, where he goes from low to high.
Oh, there are...
So cool.
This is nothing new, but when we killed it all, that was all we had!
Do you hear the it's not a melody per se, but do you hear how he's taking his pitch up and down, just like he's talking?
This is nothing new!
This is nothing new!
But when we killed it all,
going up.
that was all we had!
And then that false chord engagement, that vulnerable false chord engagement, is layered over the top of his engaged primary chords.
Who needs another mess? We could start over. Just look me in the eyes and say I'm wrong. Now there's only emptiness. But a misses a bit. I think we're done. I'm not the only one.
It's interesting how clean they sound. I'll probably get something thrown at me virtually by saying that, but when you have them in isolation like this and they're not covered up with everything,
now there's only emptiness. But a misses a bit.
You tend to the pitch of the voice tends to get lost a bit with all the other layers. So it's neat. He's not pushing maybe as hard as we might initially think based on the whole mix. That's good news for us.
And the rain will kill us all. We throw ourselves against the wall.
Great harmonies.
But no one else can see the preservation of the martyr in me. Psychosocial! Psychosocial! Psychosocial!
Yeah.
Psychosocial! Psychosocial! Psychosocial!
And that dragon voice back there is so cool. Now, this section, it's just nuts. I love it. Let's listen in isolation with the vocals. I might bring some other things in.
The limits of the day!
Oh, yeah.
The limits of the dead!
Do you hear all the different layers and tonalities he's using? He's got the higher textures. He's got, and I love the breaths. stuff you never ever hear. But these gang vocals, the other participants, right?
The limits of the dead!
And they don't like stop and start at the same times.
The limits of the dead!
That's cool.
The limits of the dead!
Yeah, revolving delay with a high feedback there. That's really cool. Or high repeat rate.
Fake and fascist lie! I tried to tell you, but your purple lights are giving out! It's not a killing idea! If it's something seasoned, is this what you want? I'm not the only one!
This is really fun to hear the difference. And you can in headphones in the regular mix hear this kind of thing. But to hear the difference in placement and performance. He's got the real higher textures out in the wings, and then he's got his yelly false chord engaged voice here. Listen again to the way that the panning accentuates the different characters that are coming out.
It's not a killing idea! If it's something seasoned, is this what you want? I'm not the only one!
Doesn't he almost sound a little hoarse there?
The only one!
Huh.
And the rain will kill us all. We throw ourselves against the wall, but no one else can see the preservation of the martyr in me. And the rain will kill us all.
Oh, love that.
We throw ourselves against the wall, but no one else can see the preservation of the martyr in me.
Hey, how he kind of slides out there. That's neat. Yeah.
The limits of the dead! The limits of the dead! I'm not the only one. And the rain will kill us all. We throw ourselves against the wall. And the rain will kill us all. We throw ourselves against the wall. But no one else can see the preservation of the martyr in me. We throw ourselves against the wall, but no one else can see the preservation of the martyr in me. I'm not the only one. And the rain will kill us all. We throw ourselves against the wall, but no one else can see the preservation of the martyr in me.
Thanks so much for watching and enjoying these tracks with me. Again, if you'd like help with your own voice, click that link below and join my free course. We'll see you for more.